I tried to beat the Crown Tundra DLC using only shiny Pokemon. Basically, I'll be playing through the whole story while also catching an entire team of shinies along the way. Will I make it through, or will I lose my mind in the twisting caverns of a Dynamax adventure? Let's find out. After buying our ticket to the Crown Tundra and packing our bags, we quickly realized we have zero appropriate attire for a freezing wasteland. So we head to the only place in the game that seemingly sells anything that isn't just a t-shirt, Sirchester. And now, with our new, more appropriate attire, we head to Wedgehurst Station to begin our journey to maybe feel something again. And as we arrive, we overhear a domestic struggle. Hoping to keep our nose out of other people's business, I take a wide berth around these two in their squabble. But no such luck. These two are the type who like to involve the people around them in their fight and make everyone as uncomfortable and unhappy as they are. So we get involved. And I'm not sure if it's the way that this guy is always tweaking around or how badly his daughter wants to get away from him, but something is definitely off with this fella. Anyway, this is Pokemon, so this interaction just ends with us having a battle with the self-proclaimed ferocious Peony. And with a name like Peony, how could he not be ferocious, right? Since his team is pretty much all steel types, we're easily able to dispatch them with a few earth powers from Clumpus. And not only does this ex-gym leader lose a battle in decisive fashion to us, a completely random girl walking by, but also, to make matters worse, after the battle, his daughter has disappeared. Really quick, before we go out and track her down, I do want to take a second to thank everyone who has supported the channel up to this point. Just a few days ago, we were sitting at 50,000 subscribers, and now we just passed 60,000. But we're not done yet. I still need your help to reach my huge goal of 100,000 subscribers this year. So if you're enjoying the content, please scroll down and subscribe to the channel and leave the video a like. It helps me out a ton, and I would really appreciate it. Thanks. So after defeating Peony, we're basically set loose in the tundra. And before we progress the story any further, you already know we need to catch a new shiny. To start off with, we're hunting for shiny Ferrothorn. So we head over to this cave and catch a Ferroseed. Then we head over to the daycare and commence our fertility dance. And thanks to the Masuda method, it's not too many eggs later that we manage to hatch our spiky golden boy, which we immediately take over to the Name Raider to change its nickname to Fat Boy. Then we level it up with some experience candies and evolve it into a Ferrothorn. A truly awesome shiny to start off an awesome run. Now with our Fat Boy on the team, we head to the Dynamax Adventure starting zone to meet back up with Peony. And my man is just not listening to anything this nerd is saying. And you know what? I don't blame him. Eventually, Peony just runs right by this lady, leaving us to listen to her drone on and on about the rules of the Dynamax Adventures. We get it, lady. After that long, drawn-out explanation, we team up with everyone's favorite AI trainers and take on the first of what will eventually become my eternal shiny hunting prison, Dynamax Adventures. Just attack it. Please, for the love of God, just attack it. It's almost dead. Please just use one coaching. Oh my God. Anyway, we suffer through our first adventure only to lose to a Suicune at the end. But doesn't matter too much because we find Peonia anyway. Oi, watcher! Name's Daddy Q. And now that we've lost every single member of my British audience, we head back up to the start of the adventure and meet up with this drama king who forcefully adopts us and tells us to meet up with him in the town. But first, we just had so much fun in that Dynamax adventure, we gotta head back in there and find ourselves a shiny. If you don't already know, this is one of the most effective ways to hunt a shiny in this game. While it's imprecise since the odds are boosted for each of the Pokemon that you catch in the adventure, and as you're going through the adventure, your encounters are basically random, excluding the last battle against the legendary, it's still one of, if not the fastest way to get shinies in this game. And the fact that it's random is kind of fun, since I usually decide beforehand what Pokemon I want to go for, so this is a nice change of pace. So we start doing these adventures, and we keep doing them, and doing them, and doing them, and doing them. Until at last, on our 36th adventure, we finally get a shiny Gloom. Gloom. Yep, it's a Gloom. After laying on the floor for a while in disappointment, Peony style, I managed to recover my strength and see the bright side of things. By using a Leaf Stone on Gloom, it evolves into Carl. So we do just that, and now with Carl on our team, we head into the village to meet up with Peony once again.
Oh, might you be here to learn about the legend of the King of Bountiful Harvest as well?
Obviously not, old man.
Ah, yes, the King of the Bountiful Harvest. The story begins when I was just a young lad.
Oh my God. With that lore dump behind us, we meet up with Peony, and he just keeps going on and on about this and that until he finally runs out of steam and gives us what we came for. The 3 clues that will lead us to the legendary Pokemon found in this region. Basically, this DLC has you hunt and find all 3 groups of legendaries that these clues are hinting at, with each clue being effectively its own mission. And so we kick off our first mission of the 3.
The sacred bonds of the Savans and Steed.
Hey, what's this?
My pillow?
Can I have it? I guess. Well, turns out this pillow was the gigantic freaking noggin of the statue outside, and replacing it summons this little rabbit friend. Oh, he's so cute, oh my god. Alright, well, that's really not okay. Thankfully, Fatboy is able to take this thing down, but unfortunately, that does nothing to stop it from repeatedly possessing Peony. You know what? It also turns out this little guy might just be the king of the bountiful harvest that we've heard so much about. So we head to the mayor's house for a lore dump, which they didn't even put into dialogue. You literally have to interact with the bookshelf yourself to get this information. And I hate reading, but you know what? I did it for you all. So for the curious out there, basically this little rabbit guy is Calyrex, who used to be the god of these lands, but people stopped believing in him, so he lost his power. And despite him repeatedly taking control of our new dad's mind without asking any consent or anything, we want to help him get his power back. The first step we take to get him back on the throne is taking a little survey of the townsfolk to see where they stand on our rabbit friend. And even though my man is literally within view of the town in the woods right over there, nobody in the village believes in him anymore. So we have to do this the hard way. The first step to getting his power back is wrangling his steed, which according to our research, this thing absolutely loves carrots. Like, can't get enough of them. Personally, I don't see what's so great about carrots. I mean, they're fine and all, but they're just a bit meh, you know? Well, I guess they're good for your eyes because they're rich in carotene, but I don't know if that really matters all that much. Man, there I go, just talking about carrots again. Anyway, with the help of Calyrex and all the strength his little body can muster, we managed to grow a single carrot, which we used to summon his ice steed. Of course, this horse doesn't want to go peacefully and heads right over to start terrorizing the village. So we head back to put a stop to it. But I didn't think about the fact that both of my Pokemon are grass types. So much like its beloved carrots, this thing puts our team right into the dirt. Yeah, we probably need some help here. To the Dynamax Adventure Cave! At this point, we're really down for any shiny, so we just start doing random Dynamax adventures until we come across the path for Mewtwo. Hey, a shiny Mewtwo would be pretty cool to have, but there's no shot we find it before we find another shiny, right? Oh my god, we actually found a shiny Mewtwo. Wow. Okay. Well, that's sick. So we keep it and nickname it Michael, then head back to take on this ice horse again. If you don't know, Mewtwo can learn a ridiculous amount of moves, one of those moves being Flamethrower, which easily melts this glorified ice sculpture. And now with the horse temporarily subdued, Calyrex takes its shot at getting its steed back. But it looks like our friend conveniently forgot that it needed some kind of magical special reins to control this beast, and we obviously don't just have those suckers on hand. But on the bright side, the horse drops some of its hair on its way out of town, which turns out to be a key ingredient in the reins. And so with the help of Peony, we're able to craft the reins and help Calyrex trap the horse and imprison it under its control again. With Calyrex returned to its final form, we have an ultimate showdown against this ultra deadly rabbit horse combo. Michael's able to get it down super low, but unfortunately it falls to its crazy cutscene signature move. Then it gets an attack boost from its ability and just one-shots Fatboy out of nowhere. And now it's all up to Carl. Stand and fight, Carl. Of course, Carl is able to create enough of a distraction that we get off a max revive, which we use to bring Michael back into the fight to finish the king off. Thank goodness for Carl, we could not have done it without him. So anyway, turns out you actually have to catch this thing to complete the mission, so we challenge it again and smack it with our Master Ball. And now with the king captured, we start getting that itch again. Oh, I need to get back into those Dynamax adventures. So we head back and get our ass in there. And just a mere 21 adventures later, we stumble across our new friend, Shiny Sigilif, which we nickname Sammy, then get back on track with our quest. And our next mission is
The Terrible Titans, lurking, locked away.
Which really just boils down to a series of riddles and Reggies. Let ring the piercing note that will wake the giant of steel. It can't be, right? Spoiler alert, it wasn't that. Turns out you just have to whistle at the doors and they just open somehow. So yeah, we do that, then waste pretty much all of our Ultra Balls trying to catch this Registeel, and eventually we manage to get this sucker to stay in the freaking ball, then head on our way to the next cave, which says something about ice, and basically it makes you catch a Cryogonal and walk up to the door with it. So we do just that, and now with its defenses breached, it's not long before we oops. Not long before we catch Regice as well. And with Regice in the box, we arrive at the last temple, which something we have to give a Pokemon an Everstone to open the doors. And who better to entrust it to than the steady, skilled, soft, exceedingly confident hands of Carl. With Carl on the mission, the doors easily crack right open and we snag this big burly boy. Now that we've caught all 3 of the original Regi trio, we can head over to the final ruin, which opens right up for us with the trio in tow. For the puzzle, we decide to light up the eyes of Regieleki because it doesn't suck, unlike its roommate. So after lighting up the eyes, we're challenged by Regieleki, who we quickly manage to snag. Now, after catching all the Regis, the clue is complete, so we return to Peony and show him our work. And at this point, we are finally down to just our very last mission. But before we get to that, you already know I need to get back in those Dynamax adventures, baby. Thankfully, this time the Shiny God is merciful and grants us our new Shiny Abomasnow after just 7 adventures. While I wasn't exactly looking to add another grass type to the team, at the end of the day, I do really love Abomasnow. And you know what? I care so much for this Abomasnow that I literally forgot to give it a nickname. So I guess let me know what you would call this monstrosity down in the comments. Anyway, now it's time for
a legendary tree of a legendary 3.
Which, unlike the last mission, kicks off with a bang with an epic cutscene of these 3 birds duking it out. Oh, don't mind me, fellas. Ah, shoot, I scared them. Okay, so the 3 birds all ran off to different corners of the world, so this one becomes more of an open world exploration operation than anything else. The first bird we have our sights set on is Articuno, which stayed in the Crown Tundra. Only problem is, when we get close, it creates 2 holograms of itself. It makes us guess which one is the real one. Boy, this is irritating. Hey, what? Get back here! Anyway, nothing a little save abuse can't fix, and after 4 or 5 tries, we finally guessed correctly and bagged this bird. Next, we track Zapdos to the wild area. The problem here is this big guy is way quicker than he looks. Hey! Get back here! But he just doesn't have the stamina to compete with an elite athlete such as myself. And eventually we wear him down and catch his ass. And finally, we track Moltres out to the Isle of Armor. Hey! Get back here! While it may be faster than us, it's no match for our gigantic human brain, and eventually we cut off its flight path, giving it no choice but to battle us. Then we easily bag it. Now with the bird secured, we head back to Peony and reunite him with his daughter, which is good, I guess. Though we may have wrapped up all 3 legendary clues, we're not quite done yet. We still have another shiny to catch. So we make our way over to the Dynamax adventures yet again, and on our way over there, we get a call from Leon, inviting us to participate in the Galar Star Tournament. Yeah, sure, Leon, that does sound like a great way to cap off this video. Just give me a dozen hours to catch my last shiny and I'll be right over there. So with our goal of absolutely stunting on everyone in the tournament with our shiny Pokemon in mind, we get back to our ultimate hunt. This time we aren't settling for a measly Gloom or some glorified snowman. This time we're gonna bag the god of death itself, Giratina. And after suffering through just a mere 41 more adventures, we find a shiny Dubwool. Okay, not really what we wanted to see, so we get right back to it. And 76 completed adventures later, we finally find it. This one is definitely my personal favorite shiny legendary, and I'm so happy to have one now. But a combination of fatigue and being super overplaying this game, plus respect for the legend itself, leads me to leave Giratina with no nickname. So let me know down in the comments what your nickname would be for this one as well. Now with our full team of shinies, we head straight into the tournament. This tournament is in the double battle format, and you get to choose someone to team up with. Nope. Nah. Oh, of course. Ball Guy. Rejected once again. Alright, after bouncing back from that horribly awkward interaction, we take a long hard look at our team, and we see a huge weak spot with our lack of dark coverage. So of course we decide to team up with none other than Marnie herself. And now with our partner chosen, we head into the tournament. Our first match puts us up against a couple real scrubs, Nessa and Milo. We focus down Nessa's Golisopod and Toxapex with Giratina, then her Dreadnought comes in and Gigantamaxes, which we counter with a switch to Fat Boy, who max overgrowths this big turtle back to the pond pond it came from. Then we clean up Milo's insultingly bad team with Sammy. I mean, come on, he's literally got a Cherrim. That's borderline disrespectful. Then the next round of the tournament has us facing Alistair and Melanie. Melanie's ice types are easily melted by Michael and shattered by Fat Boy, leaving Alistair's ghost types free to be decimated by our squad. His Gengar does put up a big fight though and somehow manages to take down Carl, but goes down to Giratina shortly thereafter. With the Ice Ghost duo defeated, we move on to the finals, where we face off against Marnie's older brother Pierce and the Dragon-type gym leader Raihan. This time we decide to focus on taking out Raihan as fast as possible and drop his Flygon turn 1 with a 4 times effective Ice Beam. Then Morpeko takes out his Gudra and Giratina takes out this wannabe Skyscraper with an Earthquake, leaving poor Pierce all alone to be focused down and ultimately taken out. And that does it, we're the champion. And with the Galar Star tournament complete, we have officially completed the Crown Tundra. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Till next time.